In today's news, facing UK pressure, the territory pushes digital innovation and reform. Young champ wins a second squash title in dominant fashion. Prison and waste management team up, recycling efforts part of interagency push. Sun, sea, and serious fishing in the memory of OTTLEY W. DURANT. We have the details of this and much more when Tweet 4 News returns.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I hop. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of 284 News. It is Wednesday, 2nd July 2025. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the very latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for joining us and a happy Wednesday's wish to all. Facing mounting pressure from the United Kingdom over financial transparency, the British Virgin Islands is accelerating its push to modernize its financial services sector, spotlighting fintech, digital assets, and regulatory innovation as key elements of its national economic strategy. The territory's efforts were on full display at the FinTech on the Seas conference, held on Necker Island and nearby destinations, bringing together stakeholders from over 20 countries across Europe, Latin America, North America, and the Caribbean.
Today is our FinTech on the Seas conference. It is a pivotal moment for us in financial services. We have persons from about 20 countries, Europe, Latin America, the United States, Canada, the rest of the Caribbean, you name it. It is a time when we are continuing to diversify our financial services with our FinTech on the Seas conference.
The multi-day conference blended strategic discussions with immersive BVI experiences and highlighted the expansion of the territory's regulatory sandbox, first launched in 2021. The sandbox allows fintech companies to test innovations under the oversight of the Financial Services Commission, a move that has gained both regional and international recognition. In addition to showcasing technology like digital wallets, blockchain regulation, and virtual asset service licensing, the event emphasized the role of human capital development. Delegates included the president of the H. Lively South Community College and a representative from the Robert M. McTavish Institute, highlighting ongoing investments in education and workforce readiness.
Because we think, yes, FinTech is very important, but the human component is the most important part of it. Their ability to have good judgment, their ability to continue to create and be creative. That's what this conference is about.
Conference venues were strategically selected to promote both professional dialogue and BVI hospitality, with sessions held across Necker Island, Scrub Island, Oilant Bay, and concluding at Hendo's Hideout in White Bay, Joss Van Dyke. This strategic showcase comes amid heightened external scrutiny. The UK has directed overseas territories like the British Virgin Islands to implement a publicly accessible beneficial ownership register by June of 2025. Failure to comply could invite a further oversight or legal interventions. Now, earlier this year, the BVI was placed on the Financial Action Task Force Grey List, citing shortcomings within the beneficial ownership enforcement and anti-money laundering compliance. This development has added urgency to the territory's efforts to demonstrate good governance as well as reform. 10-year-old Delia Pease made history for the British Virgin Islands at the Junior Caribbean Squash Championships, becoming the very first BVI athlete to win back-to-back gold medals at the regional tournament. Competing in the under-13 division, Peas delivered a flawless final performance against Trinidad and Tobago's DURANT, winning 3-0 in straight sets with scores of 11-5, 11-0, 11-4. Despite being one of the youngest competitors in the field, she maintained full control of the first serve to the final point. Her win not only secures her second consecutive Caribbean title, but also highlights her rising dominance in junior squash across the region. In other strong performances for Team BVI, returning medalist Danny Henderson captured a hard-fought bronze after overcoming tournament second seed Dom Wilson of Barbados in 4 sets, 11-5, 4-11, 12-10, and 11-6. After dropping the second game and falling behind 5-10 in the third, Henderson clawed back his way and saving 5 game points and swinging momentum in his favor to close out the match. Team captain Oliver Henderson also secured a career best finish, defeating Anthony Alum of Trinidad and Tobago in tight 5-game battle to finish 5th overall. The Ministry of Health and Social Development's interdepartmental partnership with His Majesty's Prison is bearing fruit with improvements to waste disposal practices and environmental sustainability at the facility. Now, the initiative took shape following a recent senior management team meeting chaired by Permanent Secretary Ms. Tasha Bertie and brought together heads of departments of waste management and HM prisons to address shared challenges and strengthen interagency cooperation. During the session, concerns were raised about the safe and reliable removal of waste from the prison compound, resulting in the reinstatement of a dedicated garbage bin that has already improved cleanliness, safety, and daily operations. Now, both teams are also working together to advance recycling efforts and reduce the volume of waste going to the landfill. The next steps include renewed engagement with Green VI following a recent visit to the island's eco park by prison staff as well as inmates. Now, that visit sparked ideas for embedding recycling practices into daily prison routines, linking environmental responsibility with rehabilitation and skills development for inmates. Superintendent Kendall praised the cooperative approach, stating, "This is a great example of departments coming together, create real change. I am grateful to the Director of Waste Management and the team at Green VI for their support. Together, we are making our prison system cleaner, safer, and more sustainable." Now, the Ministry of Health and Social Development, which oversees both departments, commends this proactive collaboration and encourages other public agencies to adopt similar joint approaches that improve service delivery and heal and build a greener Virgin Islands. Up next, $8 million funding will assist them greatly, says Acting Water and Sewage Director. We have much more coming up after a word from our sponsors.
My name is Henry Bosch. I work for PPG. I'm here to explain to you the use of the Deltron NXT paint line and Enviro-based high performance, one being solvent-borne and the next being waterborne. The difference is that one is totally manufactured with rosins and thinners and all the good stuff that solvents bring versus our new technology, which is waterborne, which is 100% latex. What we're gonna do is that we reduce the solvent-borne with a DT885, which is a mid-temp reducer, and the waterborne uses T494, which is a waterborne reducer. We will today be using either DCU 2042, which is a speed clear, or we will be using DCU 2021, which is a classic. We have here our equipment. We have 8-ounce measuring cups, and we also have our 32-ounce mixing cup. We will also have with us our Venturi. This is a blower for us to dry the waterborne paint, which speeds up the process. The good thing about waterborne paint is that as soon as it evaporates, you're good to go. So now Gilligan will dilute the waterborne paint with the waterborne reducer. We made 8 ounces, that would be 1.6 ounce. It always has to be properly mixed until we get an even mixture within the paint mixing cup. So when we spray, we don't see uneven coats of color. So right now we're filling our paint gun with 8 ounces of diluted paint. We're gonna see how far 8 ounces will take us. Waterborne paint seems to look blotchy on your first coat. Don't pay no mind to that. Don't try to achieve full coverage on your first spray. Excellent. Let it dry. So the process in waterborne is 2 even coats, and then we have what we call a dust coat. Well, now we're gonna have Mr. Brown apply the first coat of clear on his waterborne panel. We'll let it flash off, and then he'll come back and coat it with his second coat to finish it off. As you had seen in the previous shots, we had a little blotchiness, and you'll see some patches. That's all due on purpose to sandpaper to prove that with Enviro-based high performance, all technicians, the body work has to end at 800 grit or plus. Well, Enviro-based is like we're trying to shift everyone into that slowly but surely. The entire west coast of the United States and all of Canada has already been on waterborne for the past 10 years. And now soon it'll be the eastern seaboard, which covers the Caribbean. So when that happens, we'll all be affected. So it's best to start now, start trying and applying waterborne, because eventually everyone will be on it. And referring to technicians, it's less harmful because it doesn't have all the toxic chemicals that solvent-borne paints do.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. On Monday, July 7th, 2025, at Long Bay Beach, Beef Island, District Representative, the Honorable Marlon A. Penn, alongside with the Eastern Longlook Advocates for a Better Community group, invite the general public to an unforgettable day of sun, sea, and cirrus fishing, all in memory of the late OTTLEY Warren Durant, also known as Diplomat. Prizes of pelagic and bottom fishing, as well as lots of food and drinks, will be available.
OTTLEY, as in Diplomat as we call him, was one of those persons who was a jack of all trade in the fishing industry particularly. He used to go out to the scenes with the guys to pull the seine net. He did fish pots. He used to make the turtle nets. He used to repair the nets. So he had a very specific skill in fishing. And he loved the water. He loved the sea.
Okay.
He loved fishing. He's no longer with us, but we thought it was fitting this year to honor him in this way. As we put on, we reintroduce the tournament to the community. It has been dormant for some time, Ron, since the hurricanes of 2017. We haven't had a tournament. It's one of those things that the ministry used to handle, the Department of Fisheries used to handle and put on this tournament. It's been dormant for a bit, so the community came to me and said, look, it's time for us to revive our fishing tournament. Let us get together, let's make it happen, and we did just that.
Minister Penn spoke about the scope of the weekend of events.
Well, it's a 2-day fishing tournament. We typically would have 1 day, but the guys thought we should do 2 days this time. The intention is to go on Saturday, and we'll have weigh-in. The fishing starts from 5 a.m. in the morning, and then you're back to the dock by 4 o'clock or 4:30, 8 p.m. to do the weigh-in for day 1. And then day 2 weigh-in will be the same timeline, but it will be done at the Beef Island, Beef Island, where we'll tally all the totals, and then we'll decide who the winners are in terms of the categories. The categories that we have this year are pelagic fish. That's the wahoo, kingfish, mai, those type of fish. We thought instead of just focusing on one particular species, we broadened a bit so persons could bring in a little more variety in terms of the wahoo, the mai, and the kingfish and other pelagics. That's in the water. Mackerels are considered pelagic as well. And then we have the traditional bottom fishing, where you go out and you fish with lines, and you sort of bring up the hinds, the yellowtails, the old wives, those type of fish. And that's pretty much been the tradition in terms of the bottom fishing, so to speak, in our community, and the seine fishing for the most part. But we're hopeful that we get more participants involved. I'm expecting the guys from Jasper Dyke to participate.
Awesome.
I want to reach out to my brothers in the West to participate as well. And we have some little grudge matches happening
That's the fun of it.
In our community. I have a grudge match between another prolific fisherman, Gary Smith, who's a cousin of Diplomat as well. They're descendants of Salt Island. And I have him and I have a little personal grudge match. I told him that I'm going to catch more fish than him this year.
So you're going to be participating?
I'm part of Team Penn.
Okay, awesome.
So myself and 2 cousins of mine are going out. Gary has his crew. We have a bet going, running bet that if when we beat him and we catch more fish, you have to buy us dinner.
All
We're
right.
going to go out down by Neville Smith's place in Sickles Bay to have dinner.
Fair enough.
So it's good. It's good to get the juices flowing, get a little rivalries going. And the guys are excited for the day out on the water, the 2 days out on the water.
Additionally, he spoke about the various teams and categories included.
Each boat will have at least 3 persons, no more than 3 persons on the boat. You can't live bait, so you can't have live bait and just bait up the water with live bait. You can't use electronic reels. You have to actually reel the fish in. As well with line fishing, you have to pull it in yourself without the electronic reel as well. So there's some basic rules, but are we looking forward to a nice day of fun on the water? And when we get at the beach and for the weigh-in at 4 o'clock, there's going to be activities on the beach early on. There'll be lots of food, lots of drink. There's going to be music. There's going to be entertainment for the kids. We even intend to have a domino game, a domino tournament on the same day. After the weigh-in, we'll start a domino tournament. So those domino enthusiasts can come and win a cash prize and some drinks as well, along with the process.
While encouraging persons to come out, he spoke on the significance of the fishing industries to the events of the Virgin Islands like such, and the social and economic fabric of the society.
I mean, all communities are a fishing district. And when we looked at persons to recognize, the list was extremely long. And then, going forward, we have to look at combining persons because there's so many persons that have contributed tremendously to the fishing industry in the community and, in fact, in the entire territory. Eastern has been the bedrock for fish for a very long time. Most of the guys that go out to Seine used to go from our community. Gary Smith, my childhood friend, is still one of those persons who produce a lot of fish in the community and provides food, not just for our community, but for the entire territory, along with Cornell and all the others who go out and fish in Clifton Thomas. There's a lot of persons in our community that's carrying out the tradition of fishing in our community. And we thought it was important for us to restore this event because it was an event that everybody looked forward to annually. I want to make it get it started again and make it bigger and better than it's ever been before.
For the full interview, visit all Tweet 4 media platforms. Acting Director of the Water and Sewage Department, Brian Davis, has identified some areas with water problems that need to be addressed promptly. At a recent press conference, Works Minister Kai Reimer said they would be utilizing the $8 million to address the water issues. Davis said there are several areas which are leak-prone, and they also want to ensure that when there is no electricity, the water supply will not be disrupted.
We have a lot of hotspots across the Ridge Road. In the eastern end of the island, there are many areas that are leak-prone. We have leaking reservoirs. We have some pump stations that need to be upgraded. We have things where we're going to look at putting in standby generators and stuff so that whenever there's power interruption, that is also a factor. We're going to also look at modernizing the infrastructure, the pumps, for instance, which are mission critical components. Obviously, they can be disrupted from power surges and many things. So we're going to be putting in 3-phase monitors, smart sensors that send an alarm to you that we could send to BVIEC and so on. So there's a level of integration that is going to be occurring with the funding. They're also going to be putting in a new SCADA system, a smart technology system, where in real time you're seeing the flows, monitoring them, you're seeing what is emerging. You can tell if there's something leaking somewhere. You'll have a control room, for instance, where with operators, just like a 911 call center, where you'd be able to see in real time, these people are looking at all the data and sending and alerting the field teams to go and look at this. So you're more proactive as opposed to being reactive. So those are some of the things, the thought behind of the new initiative. And then obviously the funding will support that.
Davis also says the cost factor to address the water problems go beyond just fixing and replacing pipes. He said they have a very complex system and a number of factors have to be considered when the overhaul of the system begins.
If the minister to ask for your advice to addressing the water issue, particular areas, which you think is the first area that needs to be addressed first in terms of a priority area because of what's happening to the various residents in that particular area? Which area would you think is the first area to be addressed to address the water problem?
Thank you for that question, Zen. I don't think it's an issue of what is a force area. What you have is a very integrated, complex system. Obviously, you can't see this in isolation. There's a number of road projects that are occurring as well. So there's adjacency infrastructure that is impacted from whatever pipe renewal plans that we plan to pursue. There's a level of stakeholder engagement, even with people like Digicel and those people who are trying to run some of the underground services. So there's a level of planning also involved. And obviously, the cost component extends beyond the pipe renewal, installation, and it would include rehabilitating roads, looking at, like I said, the infrastructure of other utilities and so on.
Up next, 8-week course boosts firearm response, safety skills in the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force. And CIBC celebrates clients within the BVI with art and music. Coming right up.
Father Jesus, that line you long like church service. Alright, do enjoy the rest of it. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut fun topic.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Just give me my service.
Yeah.
Just give me my service.
Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited.
Welcome back, everyone. Moving right along. Officers from the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force have been sharpening their skills at high-risk incidents involving firearms at an intensive 8-week Train the Trainer program in Bermuda. The region training program was designed to strengthen armed policing capabilities across the British overseas territories. The training program focused on armed response vehicle tactics, equipping officers with advanced skills in responding to high-risk incidents involving firearms or threats to life. A news release from the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force says throughout the program, officers received instructions on de-escalation strategies, suspect extraction, and officer safety protocols, guided by UK firearms subject matter experts. Now, the course aimed to establish a standardized training model across the territories to build, of course, capacity within each participating force to deliver specialist training locally. It was delivered by the International Policing Assistance Service and supported by the UK Home Office, Police Scotland, and Greater Manchester Police, and concluded on June 20th. The program was developed in consultation with police commissioners from across the territories and was part of a broader strategy to enhance regional security through consistent training and operational standards. Governor of Bermuda, Andrew Murdoch, visited the training cohort at the start and during key scenario-based exercises. He said it was impressive to witness the professionalism and skills of the IPAS and regional officers in action. Governor Murdoch also said that sustainability and local delivery made possible by this model will contribute significantly to safer communities across the region. Acting Commissioner of Police Jacqueline Vanterpool praised the initiative, stating that it provided their officers with critical skills and the ability to replicate those standards within their own force. CIBC Caribbean recently reaffirmed its commitment to client appreciation with 2 standout events in the British Virgin Islands during the month of June. Now, these celebrations reflected the bank's dedication to honoring and engaging with its valued clients in meaningful ways and creative ways, that is. As part of its regional Client Appreciation Week held from the 18th to the 20th of June, clients across the Caribbean were welcomed with giveaways, sweet treats, and a fun in-branch quiz that showcased the bank's ongoing commitment to delivering a personalized and engaging banking experience. The initiative brought a festive spirit to the branch and highlighted CIBC Caribbean's promise of putting clients at the heart of everything it does. In the British Virgin Islands, corporate clients received an extra special thank you with an invitation to an exclusive pre-opening event for the art exhibition, Women's Vision, Art Through Her Eyes, held at the Creative Waves Art Hub in Road Town. This inspiring showcase celebrated the vibrant creativity and diverse perspectives of female artists from the British Virgin Islands. Sponsored by CIBC Caribbean, the exhibition features works of 9 talented artists: Desiree Smith, Via Donovan Hodge, Barbara O'Neill, Silka Teatley, Shanique Williams, Jalea Nibbs, Lex Parsons, Chelsea Simpson, and Zoe Pardinen. Guests at the exclusive preview had the opportunity to view the compelling collection and meet the artists behind the work. The evening was made even more special with a live performance by Kamal Georges, who performed his empowering song, Women on Top, to fitting a tribute to the exhibition's theme. Now, the exhibition is free and open to the public until July 14th, inviting the wider community to experience the powerful storytelling of BVI women artists. Speaking on the events, Fabian Devonish, country head of CIBC Caribbean in the BVI, said, and I quote, "At CIBC Caribbean, our clients are the reason we exist. We were proud to not only host a week of fun and appreciation in our branches, but also to support and celebrate the outstanding talent of women in the BVI through art. These events reflect our values, recognizing the importance of relationships, creativity, and community." That is it for today's News Roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at tweet4media.com. Like us on Facebook at tweet4media and tweet4bvi, as well as Instagram and Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. Do have a safe and enjoyable evening. Happy Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.